But actually, Olivier, when I got to know you the first time, you've been talking to me, it was last year during the Netbook World Summit, we've been talking about future tablet GUI, and finally, I think you have something to show, right?
Yeah, so the concept is to get the internet out of PCs. That's the philosophy, and that's what I wanted to do with the first step, which is a tablet. I think netbooks will more and more include touchscreens, so they will become a tablet PC, and then we'll come to a time where there's no physical keyboard at all. So this is a tablet with an Atom 270. And in fact with the touchscreen. So
is this a resistive or capacitive one?
It's resistive, but it's under 80 grams because 80 grams is the limit where you can use your fingers.
Let's take a quick look around the system over here. That's a 4-in-1 card reader, right? And
yeah, you can put some cards for the photos.
And two USB 2.0.
Two USB. But
there anything on the front, or are these are the only? Look at this. There are plenty of outlets here.
Yeah, you have plenty of outlets. Here you've got an application store.
Okay.
Okay, so you can scroll.
Oh, interesting. So I can immediately install the services and application to my device.
Yeah, for instance, Cocktail. So you bump it. And in fact, you've got the Cocktail here.
Ah, okay, I got it.
That appears.
Ah, okay, I got it. So you're not planning to distribute your own hardware for it. It's all about the software. So there's more tech demo.
It's all about the software, but because there's no Slate PC available on shops right now, I will distribute. A lot of people ask me to buy all experience, the software plus the hardware. Yeah. So I will distribute some tablets. Okay.
And we don't talk about just applications, we talk about activities. Because an application is just a tool. The activity is using the tool and all the things that are associated with its use. And the things that are associated with its use are not just creating things, but the things that you create might be saved somewhere, they might be shared with other people. So there's a whole set of things that happen when you make things that aren't just the act of making, but it's the ecosystem in which the making occurs. And so Sugar really is about that ecosystem. So one of the things that Sugar does is it has this concept of a neighborhood. Other users, other learners out there that you're collaborating with, that you're working with. And it also has this concept of a journal, that the things you make are saved because learning is not just doing, but it's also reflecting upon what you're doing. So we have this idea that you collaborate, engage in a critical dialogue with other people about what you're doing, and that you can be self-reflective about what you're doing. So these are the two things that distinguish Sugar from just a collection of applications. It's not just a collection of applications, but it's a framework in which these applications are used that encourage certain types of behavior by the learner. And in particular, encourage collaboration, critical dialogue, and reflection. Because without those, the learning is not nearly as impactful. Now, ironically, the only time in life where collaborating is called cheating is in school. And the rest of life, when you collaborate, you're called smart, efficient, getting the job done. It's only in school that we call collaboration cheating. So that's, again, remember I said we're sort of fighting this culture war. That's one battle in the culture war we're fighting, is that collaboration is a wonderful life skill. We want children to learn how to leverage each other's intelligence and leverage each other's skills.
Very young country. Something around a third of the people in Brazil are under the age of 20. It puts about 52 million students in their public school system there. Every one of those schools is now using Linux on the desktop to teach their students. That's 52 million students across that country. It took them 2 years to do the rollout, as you can imagine. The Gran Canarias, we have a similar situation where the school system is also using Linux.
This is the so-called 12-inch Shenzhen MacBook Air clone. Let's take a quick look at it, right? So this is a super cheap 12-inch Intel Atom N270. We have here a connector for the PSU, a USB 2.0. There's pretty much nothing on the front side except of some status LEDs. And on the left side, oh, it's kind of hard for me because I only have one hand. I need a third hand. I like this. Behind a little, it's a little bit hidden. So we have a connector for your headset, and that's another USB 2.0. And this looks like an HDMI out, or is this a micro USB? Whatever, if I'm wrong, just, leave a comment and blame me for this. An Ethernet connector. It comes with a 3-cell battery.
With Linux, because it is the cheapest, and it is the one you can try just in going on internet and taking it. You have to ask nobody. So it's the easiest path. So it means that in this case, the present and the future's Linux is absolutely marvelous for these kind of devices.
I got another device from my friend Nicola, also known as Starbucks, and you can see his website at techvideoblog.com or armdevices.net. This is an $80 netbook or a €50 netbook. So what can you expect for €50 or $80? Before I'm telling you something about the specification, this is like a 7-inch one, right? Let's take a quick look around the system. There are 2 USB ports on the right side, and then there are a couple of outlets on the back, another USB port, Ethernet connector, and the connector for your PSU. And finally, we have a 4-in-1 card reader, headset, and microphone jack. That's it pretty much. So how about opening this? And I'm going to tell you, this is a Samsung CPU in there, running an ARM11 core. And it's running Windows CE. It comes with the huge 64 megabyte of RAM. That's crazy, but it can run a browser. And it's super fast. That's the interesting thing about this. Over here you can see it at 64. Well, it's 61 here. It's a 64. And running this Samsung CPU. And it also comes, I think, it said 1 gigabyte of SSD card.